Sacco and Feliz, New York and New Jersey's premier attorneys at law. Their team brings decades of experience across a wide range of practice areas. Whatever life brings, they're your legal team. From everyday matters to complex cases, they've got you covered with the experience you need and the results you want. Because when life gets complicated, they make it simple. SaccoFeliz.com. SACCOFILLAS.com. 2 C's, 2 L's.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Brooke Rollins and Larry co-founded the America First Policy Institute, big think tank, American conservative. Trump loves her. In fact, I think she was with President Trump moments ago, and he loves me, so we got that in common. And she's doing a great job all across the country, making sure that our dairy farmers and the agriculture folks are doing okay. It's a big problem. It was before, but we are certainly paying attention to it. And with Brooke Rollins at the helm, we're going to be in good shape. So here she is making her debut on the program, Brooke Rollins. Brooke, good morning. How are you?
Well, what a great joy to be on with you this morning. How have I never been on your show before? This seems like a sin or something. We got to do this more often.
And your name always comes up. Again, Larry was on yesterday. 2 days ago, Brooke, you ready for this? Because she loves me too. She's been in studio with me. Kelly Loeffler was here, and she mentioned you. Yeah, she mentioned you.
Oh, wow. Well, listen, it really is an honor to be on, and the president obviously just loves you, and we're fighting so hard to make America great again. And I was in your beautiful state yesterday. I mean, it was just an incredible honor to be there, and it is it's a real battle every single day, but you've got all the right people. Larry is my brother from a different mother. Kelly and I are traveling the country together, getting the good word out, and we're just fighting every single day to bring light to what the left is trying to do to our country.
You are great. Then listen to that Texas accent. She's an Aggie, Brooke. She's an Aggie.
I am an Aggie, and my Texas San Antonio Spurs may be playing your New York Knicks, I think, tonight. So,
yeah,
it's a big night.
Okay, I'll bet you a dozen eggs my Knicks win.
Well, here's the good news. I will take that bet. It's going to be real cheap because the price of eggs under Donald Trump have gone down about 80%.
Yeah, that's true. They have. I tell you, and you guys, your team, I happen to know one of the folks on your team, Alex Broughton. She's terrific. And your team works up very, very hard. I know you go to all these cities and you set up these major venues. You mentioned the fact, I guess you were in Syracuse most recently. Right, now you know. Right, but you realize, Brooke, that is kind of a downtrodden area, that upstate New York region, because they don't get a lot of help. They don't. And some of these farmers up there are really struggling. So I'm glad you went there because, honestly, Brooke, they need your help.
Well, it's 100% true. And I tell you what, the farmer, the rancher, the backbone of our country, farm security is national security. It said if we can't feed ourselves, we lose what freedom is. We have nothing to give to our next generation. It is an existential issue for our country. It's hard enough to be a farmer and a rancher in a Texas or a Georgia or a red state. But imagine and how difficult it would be to be a farmer or a rancher in a state like New York or California, where your governor, your elected officials, at least at the state level, are not just not supportive. They're almost doing everything they can to put you out of business. It's nonsensical, and it's so destructive. So coming to upstate New York yesterday, I'll be back again. Those are the most American of Americans. They love this country. They love our president. They're so proud of their 5th, 6th, 7th generation dairy farms. I was with the incredible family yesterday, the Craven family. Their great-great-granddad bought that land about 30 minutes outside of Syracuse in 1890, and they have been milking cows on that land since 1890. But what the government is doing, trying to take your land in New York and put solar panels on it, trying to push these people off the land. It is heartbreaking, and we got to fight. We just have to do better for our people.
I'm glad you mentioned solar panels. This is our 33rd Secretary of Agriculture. We talk all the time about the great Trump appointees and hirings in his administration. Brooke Rollins, for me, is right there at the very top of the list. And this windmill idea, I mean, how many places does it have to fail? I mean, they actually wanted it to run in Germany. They did a whole summer of this windmill. They shut off, obviously. They didn't. They had no other energy source. And there was no wind all summer long. So these poor Germans were dying of the heat the whole summer. But Hochul is one of the, it's terrible. What's with these windmills?
Terrible. And, you know, it's funny. I remember the first term, and I was in the first Trump White House. I was running all the domestic policy for him at that point. And I remember when he started, and this is what, almost 10 years ago now. You've lived it with him every single minute. But when he started talking, when he first began to ran the crazy Paris Climate Accord, and I don't know how much you remember of that, but it was this, you know, every country is joining up to basically destroy themselves internally by not allowing themselves to use fossil fuels. We're all going to move to wind and solar and all the things. And that was obviously the Obama years. And I just, you know, I was down in Texas at the time. I was fighting it down there like crazy, but everyone was just resigned. And the only other country in the world who refused to sign up, I think, was Syria, maybe like a very third world country. And this president, God bless him, said, this is absurd. This is going to destroy our country. We're not going to do it. And even some of his own administration in that first term tried to talk him out of it. Like, sir, you can't leave the Paris Climate Accord. We'd be the only other country other than Syria who is not in it. And he said, this is insane. It's going to cause prices to go up for all of our people. We're going to cede, you know, everything to China, basically, because China signed on, but they weren't going to follow it, obviously. So there were so many reasons for that. Now, we've seen the president in so many ways. We've seen President Trump's initial idea that was considered outside of the box or not part of the normal way of thinking. We've seen it all come true, and it's certainly been true on wind and renewable energy. And the fact that not just a few states, but a lot of our blue states, including New York, are still, you know, in this crazy world where they want to take farmland. They want to put windmills and solar on it. By the way, the windmills and the solar panels are made in China. They know that the Chinese know exactly what they're doing. And we're destroying our ability to provide energy for ourselves while taking the ability to feed ourselves off the table too. And that's what's happening in New York right now.
It's interesting because the president was in China when you guys had a big event in Maine, I guess, and JD was there. But the president is now going on the road with you, Brooke. He loves you. And it's a big trip, and I love that state. I've actually been a couple of years since I've been there, since the RNC, when we nominated President Trump on that magnificent Thursday night, just 5 days after he was shot in Butler, Pennsylvania. Of course, I'm talking about the great state of Wisconsin. And it looks like, Brooke, you guys are on the way to Wisconsin with the boss.
That's right. No, it has been an amazing run. It's remarkable to see. I mean, I believe at one point we were in 1776 in the 1860s for the very soul of America, and to be a part of that is the greatest blessing. It's hard. It's very hard work. It's 7 days a week, 20 hours a day.
I did want to ask about these screwworms because we had that conversation with Wyatt Imus down at that Imus Ranch in Texas. So I used to work for this guy named Don Imus for many years in radio. Trump knows who he is very well. He used to put his
yes, I know who Don is.
Right. So Don has this big ranch down there in Texas. He passed away a couple of years ago, but his son Wyatt, he actually trains show horses, and I've kept in touch with Wyatt. And I had read a couple of weeks ago that these screwworms were making their way down to Texas, and Wyatt said, Sid, don't laugh. It's a big issue because our cattle, which of course we import, we'd rather import the cattle than the illegals. He said it's become a huge issue, these screwworms, and it looks like it's not exclusive to the state of Texas. What the hell's going on with that?
Well, this is very ironic. I'm talking to a New York City guy about screwworm, but it is actually a national issue because as our cattle herd is at an all-time low, the price of beef, the president talks about quite a bit, is at an all-time high. The left's assault that for years has caused this cattle herd to be so low. And at the same time, the screwworm is a flesh-eating pest we beat back in the 1950s, the 1960s, but the open border policy of the last administration, combined with the cartels, the illicit movement of cattle, has brought the screwworm to the very front door of the border down in Texas. So we're on it. We've been on it for a year. The Bidens slept on it. Nobody did anything, but we're building massive facilities. We have teams deployed. We're ready. We're ready for it. If it comes across, hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, we'll be ready.
Well, you are delightful. I don't know why it's been so long to get you on, but I would hope that you become a regular part of the rotation like President Trump. I think you're doing a fantastic job. You really are one of our best people. It's very, very important. Take care of our farmers, and you're doing a tremendous job with that. Brooke Rollins, congratulations, and terrific job today. Thank you so much.
Oh, Sid, I love being on. And yes, you tell your friend Larry Kudlow that I am your favorite guest, and he's the second favorite. So that the next time he's on, you got to pass that on for me, okay?
Here's what I'll do. The next time he's on, I'm going to cut up this piece of audio, Brooke, and I'm going to play it for him right before
Yes, exactly. Oh, it's so great to be on. Thank you.
Have a great trip to Wisconsin, and God bless you. Okay, sweetheart? Thank you so much.
God bless you, too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. There she is, the great 33rd Secretary of Agriculture. What a great lady. Gotta love her. Brooke Rollins, a Texas A&M Aggie.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?